Hi everybody, happy Wednesday. I hope that everybody is doing okay and doing okay with these lessons. Please let me know if you run into any problems or you're not sure about things. You can always email me and I try to get right back to you about them. So first of all, today we're going to do talking about area of trapezoid, which area of trapezoid has a little bit of a different formula, but it's not really very bad once you start practicing it. So for the area of a trapezoid, which this whole shape right here is a trapezoid, the formula is area equals base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2 times the height. There are a few different ways you can see this formula written. This is just the way that's the easiest for me to remember to do the formula. But there are a couple other ways that you'll see. And even in this lesson, I posted a picture of the formula, and it's written out a little bit different, but it all basically means the same thing. So anyway, on here, what you want to know on here is that this length is one of the bases. So we could call this one base 1. This one, the opposite of it, is the other base. So we'll call it base 2. And then this one, we always know because we can find our right angle. This one is the height. So we just need to take those 3 measurements and plug them into this formula to make it work. So first of all, we'll take the base 1, which was 4.6, and we're going to add it to the base 2, which is 2. And then we will divide those 2 by 2. And then we'll times them by the height, which is 3.3, to get our answer. And again, whatever our answer is going to be in whatever the units are squared. And so in these ones, the units are centimeters squared. So I'll walk you through it a little bit more on this first one. So on this one, we want to add the 4.6 plus the 2, which ends up being 6.6 divided by 2, because so I added those 2 together, dividing it by the 2, and then timesing it by the 3.3 still, equals whatever it is squared. So now we want to take the 6.6 and divide it by 2, which is 3.3, and I'm going to times that by 3.3 to find my answer, which is whatever it is squared. So basically, to get your answer, you just want to take the 3.3 and times it by 3.3, and whatever that answer is will be the answer with centimeters, because they're all centimeters squared. So go ahead and just times 3.3 times 3.3 to get the answer on that first one. Okay, number 2. Again, let's remember the formula for trapezoid. Area equals base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2 and times it by the height. So, and my bases, we'll see both of those that are the straight edges, or both the bases. It really doesn't matter which one I call base 1 and base 2, because when I add them together, I can do it either way. So we'll just call this one base 1, this one base 2. And our height is still where the right angle is. Even though that looks upside down, it's still the height. So my height is the 7. Okay, so let's take our numbers. So base 1 is 8 plus base 2 is 2.4. Divide that by 2, and then I'm going to times it by the height, which is 7. And then remember, my answer is always in whatever the units are. So in this case, kilometers squared. Okay, so I'll walk it through just a little bit more. Let's add the 8 plus the 2.4 together, which would be 10.4 divided by 2. So I'll find that answer, and then I will times that by 7 to get whatever my answer is with the kilometers squared. So go ahead and finish this part up, and that will give you your answer. Number 3. Again, still just area of a trapezoid. So again, the formula, area equals base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2 and times by the height. So on this one, and then remember whatever it is my units squared. So let's plug in what we know. So this can be my base 1, my base 2, and because there's a right angle there, I know this is my height. So let's take my base 1, 3.4, and add it to my base 2, which is 7. Divide both of those by 2. And then I will times that by the height, which is 4. And then that will give me whatever my answer is. And again, it's in kilometers squared. So again, on this one, first step is going to be to add those together. Add 3.4 plus 7 together. And then you're going to, second step, divide it by 2. And then your third step would be to times it by 4. And then that will give you your answer. Number 4. Again, formula. Again, area equals base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2 and times it by the height. And my answer is in the unit squared. So let's see, this is our base 1. Our base 2, and this one's my height there. So base 1, 6.9, plus my base 2, which is 3.3, divide that by 2, and then times it by the height, which is 6, equals, and my units in all of these is inches. So it will equal inches squared. So again, the steps. First step, add the 6.9 plus the 3.3 together. Then second step, divide it by 2. Then your third step will be to multiply it by 6 to get your answer in inches squared. And number 5, the last one on this one. Again, remember the formula. Area equals base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2 and multiply it by the height. So we have, and remember either one of these can be my base 1 or base 2. So we'll just say base 1, base 2. I guess in my mind, I just always pick the longer length as the base 1 and the shorter one as the base 2. But again, it really doesn't matter. So have those two. My right angle tells me this one's my height. So let's see. So I have 5 plus 1.4, dividing it by 2 and multiplying it by my height, which is 3, will equal whatever my units are, which these are all yards. So be yards squared. So to walk through the steps again, remember first thing you want to do, add those two together. Second thing, divide it by 2. Third thing, multiply it by 3, and then that will give you your answer right there. And that is how you do this lesson. Again, please email me if you have any questions. Watch the other video I attached to the lesson, and I hope you have a good day. See ya.